Sure you got that right?
Nope, don't tell anybody though. Good evening and welcome to the final episode in this series of Tales of Woe. My name is Tim Holmes.
And I'm Rich Vagrant. And I'm Littleworth Biggles. I'm Garret Garrels. And for our last episode, we want to unmask the sham of commercialism to prove that it's nothing more than a bunch of crap in a costume.
We live in a world today where we're constantly connected. We can have basically anything we want at our fingertips, almost anything we could desire. So how do we determine what it is that's really worthy of our attention?
That's the subject of this last episode of the season, where we hope to engage you in a discussion about what it is in the end that really matters. When the helium in our balloon expires and we fall from the ceiling of life and shrink into this shriveled, decrepit...
So we'd like to start with some serious questions here. We on this camera? We'd like to start with some serious questions. Like, in a world of commercial enterprise, why are we doing a show that is not about making money?
Why, in a world where entertainment requires shallow sound bites, are we doing a show about deep subjects?
Why, in a world where hate is what makes headlines, are we doing a show about the love of people together in that world and the relationships that bind us together? It could be said that conversation is the most humanizing activity, and yet our conversations are often interrupted by tweets and texts and emails.
Ding! You have an iMessage.
So it's going to threaten the very existence of face-to-face conversation.
On your iPhone.
Diverting our attention away from the people we care about.
It's your iFriend.
And blinding us to the concerns of those around us.
He found big eyeglasses.
And so, is it possible that we will lose our capacity for empathy?
For your tiny eyeballs.
Garret, come on. Let's try to be serious, huh? I mean, I don't mind if you goof around during rehearsal like this, but when it comes time to the live show, we've really got to be serious, because otherwise people think it's a comedy or something. Come on, we have this opportunity to really change people's minds. Let's not blow it.
Just trying to lighten the mood. You know, the cheese man's coming after taping today. I thought I'd impress him with a little slapstick to prove that we can be funny in addition to, you know, being boring.
Well, nevertheless, you know, we've developed this reputation as a serious program that's not afraid to tackle those controversial issues without having to pander to cheap comic gags to get people's attention. Wait a minute. Who did you say is coming today?
El Chismo, the CEO, the owner of the entire company.
You're kidding. Today? Well, why didn't you tell me? That would have definitely increased my incentive not to spill coffee all over myself today.
You're worried they won't take me seriously. Look at you. And those legs. They look like a couple of hairy popsicle sticks.
Here, do us a favor, will you? You just carry on the rehearsal. I'm going to slip out and see if my pants are dry yet. Huh?
Whatever you do, don't spill anything on those boxers. We don't want to shut down the station. And try to find a pair of men's underwear. For the last couple episodes, Tim and I have been talking about some of the more critical issues in modern life. The complexities of body image, the role of art in society, the economy of generosity, and today we want to ask, how can we find shared values and individual meaning in a corporate world? How can we stand up for our beliefs without losing our briefs? So even though we're talking about some serious issues, it doesn't mean we can't have a little fun at the same time. So before we address the next topic...
Say, excuse me, could I interrupt you for a minute?
Not now, we're in the middle of rehearsal.
Yeah, I know, but...
Listen, buddy, we're on the air in 25 minutes. Do you know how serious this is? The owner's coming by today. Do you know what he's going to do if he sees we're not ready?
No, I can't imagine. What?
Look, he's a real prick. And he doesn't just let bums walk into the studio. If he sees you, he'll throw your happy ass back out on the streets.
This guy's a real jerk, is he?
Who the heck do you think you are?
I'm J.P. Rehnquist. I'm the owner of the station. And which one are you?
I'm Garret. Sorry, I hope you didn't misunderstand me. I wasn't talking about you. No, of course not. I was talking about the previous owner. I heard that guy was a real jerk. Like every morning he had a new stick jammed up his ass.
Which owner would that be? My father or my grandfather? May he rest in peace. And you must be Mr. Holmes?
He's a vegetarian.
I don't think he's come in yet.
Look, you guys, I'm sure you're a real stitch, but we got some business to discuss. Would you get over here? Now, I got some good news. Corporate really likes Tales of Woe. They tell me it's a good show. I haven't had a chance to watch it myself. They like how you're covering the hot issues. But for this last episode, they need more conflict. Conflict jacks ratings. If you can jack ratings, they'll put you on prime time. That sound good?
That's awesome.
I thought you said we were already on prime time.
3 a.m. is prime time somewhere. But don't we already cover enough conflict? Women's oppression, commercialism of art?
No. Now, personal conflict, like one of you is going to vote the other off the island, stuff like that. You hand them that on a platter and they'll syndicate you.
That's easy. We'll vote him off the island because I can't swim.
Let's vote Tim off. He's the one who told me about your dad.
I have one more thing to say. Listen, you. I don't like you trivializing the station like this. Get some damn pants on.
Yes, sir.
And I want to see you out in the foyer in 2 minutes. Got that?
Yes. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Man, he must not like cartoons or something. Here, quick, let me borrow your pants.
What? I'm not taking my pants off.
Oh, come on.
Embarrass myself like you?
Our show is staring death in the face. Come on, it's for your own good.
I have a reputation, dignity even. I'm a man, Tim.
Yeah. But this is for our viewers. Think of what you'll be doing for the people, huh? Come on, I'll give them right back.
Jeez, all right. Everyone keep your eyes to yourself. I promised myself I'd stop doing this.
Oh, wow, you've got the glow riders too? Oh, that's great. Hey, did you get them at Macy's?
No, they were cheaper at that new men's shop, Funderwear.
Funderwear. The underwear at the bottom of every great man. Yep, you gotta love it. Lingerie.
What?
Yeah, that's what it's called officially. Lingerie. Probably because they're so darn comfortable.
I'm not feeling so comfortable. Besides, I think it's pronounced lingerie, and that term only applies to women's underwear.
Lingerie. I rest my case. So I'll be right back, all right?
You owe me one.
Nope, I owe you two.
Whatever you do, no drinks till you take my pants off.
Hey, I'm sorry I'm late. Garret, I always took you for the cynical one, but I'm so impressed by your willingness to be so vulnerable. You two, you never cease to amaze me. Yeah.
Thank you for noticing, Kevin.
It takes real courage.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter what we wear on the outside. It's who we are on the inside that counts. People get hung up on all the wrong things. Outward appearances like fancy suits, skinny thighs, and spray tans. Not me. I'm bald, stocky, and pantless. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. The issue, that is. We're told what to wear, when to speak, and how to act. The commercial world doesn't want us to create. We're taught to be consumers, not creators. They just want us to buy what they've created because they've already done the thinking for us. They steal our happiness, put it in a flashy package on the shelf, and sell it back in exchange for what's left of our individuality. They want us to sell out.
Oh boy, that was a close call. But he says if we can do a conflict from this script, we'll be fine. Oh, that, and he says no more besmirching the family studio, huh? In fact, he says, showing that much leg is an affront to the legacy of my family's business.
Legacy. What are you looking at me for?
Well, now I can see what he means. I mean, this is really a travesty. No, seriously, thanks for the pants. You really saved my asparagus there. All we have to do is we have to get into some kind of an on-screen conflict. So that shouldn't be too hard for us, given our natural differences, huh?
What's this? As soon as the script starts, we're immediately into a fight?
What? No foreplay?
How are we going to pull off a big fight when we're such good friends? I can't believe this. Look what they have us doing here. Scenario number 437. Host. Begin interview with much praise and flattery, showering guest with profuse thanks for the wonderful opportunity to speak with him/her. Here, you read the other part.
Oh yeah, victim. Expresses polite reciprocal gratitude to host, thus priming audience.
Host begins a long and fulsome question about interviewee's area of expertise.
Victim launches into a detailed answer, suddenly interrupted by
Host, acting interested, focuses on some charming personal attribute of guest, suggestions poise, vocal tone, or fragrance.
victim. Softening becomes self-conscious and slightly embarrassed, but does not change subject.
Host, leaning closer, suddenly discovers objectionable personal issue, suggestion fragrance, poise, or vocal tone, thus establishing a clear context for conflict.
Victim, surprised, interviewee becomes incensed, complaining, "What's the meaning of this?" and "You sold me out, you lowly crustacean."
Host, shouting, "This is what I hate about people like you," cut to guest reaction, "Even though you told me blank, you clearly are a blank, as I can now see from up close, you blankety blank, sniveling little, add appropriate racial slur."
Guest, pummels host with welcome gift, "Stay with us, cut to commercial."
This script is ridiculous. Is this really how networks get great ratings?
Well, it's true that you really do have to sacrifice for art. But I don't know, sacrificing equally good friends, like, well, no, correction. It's you who's a better friend, obviously.
Don't put the blame on me. You're the odd half to this couple.
Are you guys about ready for me yet?
Yeah, just a few minutes, Jeannie. We're just trying to tie up some loose ends here. Oh, man.
Thanks for covering for me. But that doesn't mean I'm going to subject myself to this trouser tripe.
Come on, calm down. There's probably some other scenarios in here that will work just fine. How about this one, number 224? Exposing the visitor as a secret pizza delivery man for ISIS. Nah. How about this, number 388? The surefire costume malfunction. How about that? We're already halfway there.
There's nothing mal about my function.
Well, come on, there's got to be something in here we can use. How about, here, 267. You compare my bald head to a wax cabbage. That'd be a lot of fun for you.
You do this on your own. Count me out.
Well, I could, but it wouldn't have the same effect.
Well, then you can stuff it. I refuse to get in some stupid fight for some made-up reason.
What, you refuse? Well, hold on there, Huckleberry, because it says right here, you have to establish a clear context for conflict before you can begin the fight. You have to have an argument.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
Do.
Don't get your knickers in a...
They're your knickers.
Don't you see? It's not about conflict. It's about understanding.
No.
It's not our ratings that matter.
That's just it. It's all about the ratings. I mean, what's the point of doing a show if people aren't going to watch it?
What's the point in doing a show just for the ratings?
It's not just about ratings. It's about viewership.
Increasing viewership is more than just making money.
Oh, God, it's not about money. It's about engaging people.
People, exactly. And I want to feed the people a bunch of bullshit. Authenticity is the basis of our strength. All the money in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I knew I could count on you guys.
Oh, man, that was a close shave. Once again, you saved our ass, which incidentally, we can see from here. Just for that, you deserve a nice dry pair of trousers, huh?
Thanks.
What do you say to that?
Thanks. I'll keep these over here for after the show.
What's the matter with you? Put them on. We're on in 10 minutes.
You know the best part about these things?
What, it takes attention away from your skivvies? It broadcasts from a greater distance what a crazy dweeb you are? Come on, Garrett, you're going to ruin our show.
You know the second best part? I can't hear what you're saying.
God,
I'm going to wear these more
ridiculous.
often.
Look, how can anybody, look, Garrett, how can anybody be mad at an adorable face like that?
Your win. Humor will never overcome the raw power of the corporate bosses. Let's just put our differences aside and focus on rescuing the show. But let's do it our way.
Hey, I found these trousers out hanging off the window. What's going on here?
Oh, thanks, Brian. Oh, boy, they're dry, too.
You want to hear what I have to say? I say, what's the point in getting great ratings if we have to tear each other apart in order to do it? If you want to go ahead and climb into your fancy, dry, pristine pants, then feel free to do that. Go ahead, you follow this savage script and tear me apart for the pleasure of the masses, so you can cozy up in your corporate boss's bedroom and get your little primetime slot. You know what else I have to say? For this episode, I refuse to wear pants. It's just a contrived way of covering up who I really am. Right, Kevin? Right. And I'm not going to appear to be anyone besides me. If people don't like that, they can change the damn channel. That's what I have to say.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was saying. Or that's what I was thinking right before you said it. Yep. I'm glad I finally agree with me on that, just like you were saying.
Here's where I stand. Bare to the underflare, wearing the crown of authenticity with perfect pride. And my apology is as abundant as my pants. I'm not going to appear to be anyone besides me. This. Who are you going to be?
Well, that's extremely noble. But do you realize how expensive this is? You're talking about not only destroying our ratings, but giving up the corporate sponsorship and our primetime slot. That means we're going to have to wedge our way back into the middle of the night programming between some kind of infomercial about an automatic solar-powered pillow and a fancy knife that slices not only frijoles, but firewood.
And that's all right. We'll do our own infomercials. We'll adjust our message to fit the mood. Like this. Brian, camera one. Does your life need more tragedy? Are you tired of news stations filling your mind with happy thoughts and positivity? Don't you wish you had more to worry about? If you answered yes, and or jumped off the couch and threw the remote at the cat, then you're in luck. Introducing Life Sucks, a TV program for the chronically happy.
Now that is very powerful. I mean, you're absolutely right. You know, you and I, we are like this. We're just going to be who we're going to be, and there's no getting around that. We can't pretend to just pander to some kind of outward appearances. That'd be like sticking sapphires on a slug. Nope. You and I don't know what got into me. I thought we'd be able to just be at each other's throats, but we're too good friends for that. We are just going to be authentic people like we are. Not concerned about outward appearances, but about the real authenticity that underlies our friendship. That's what a good life is all about. You know, you and I are like this. We're going to be there together forever. So, you know what I say? You're not going to catch me wearing this pair of nice, clean, dry trousers when you're standing there poised like a hero in your bandy legs and your knobby knees. No way. Here's what I say. I say full speed ahead and damn the tornadoes. The tomatoes, the tamales. What's that expression?
There you go. That's powerful, Tim.
Yeah, but maybe a little too serious, huh? Maybe we need to lighten up.
No. You of all people know that we need the protection of seriousness more than the vulnerability of humor. Life is a field of thorns. Humor is like walking through that thorn field in the nude. Seriousness. It's like wearing a pair of thorn-proof pants. You're pretty funny when you're serious. Without humor, we're nothing but a couple of talking suits, so impersonal and fake that real people, our viewers, won't care what we have to say.
Showing 5.
Man, you are so compelling. You are absolutely right. Okay, knock yourself out. We better get warmed up here. You know, people are just going to have their disagreements. That's part of human nature. We are always going to be best friends, and that's not going to change. But if anybody tries to get in between you and me, they're going to find out how difficult that is. And I say, in fact, damn the ratings, screw the corporate office, and their little trained monkey.
This is not what we talked about. I feel certain we had a kind of agreement. And I won't stand for this. You. And you. And all of your subordinates. You're all fired. All of you. Get the hell out of my studio and never come back.
You can't fire us. We're on the air in 5 minutes.
4 minutes.
Oh? Watch me. I'm sorry to report that Tales of Woe will no longer be seen on this channel. Unfortunately, the creators of the show were unwilling to step up and be team players. We've encountered some creative differences, and we all decided that it would be best if they aired their show elsewhere. I'm, of course, sorry to see them go. But when my grandfather built this TV studio in the 50s, he insisted that the station always be the best in town. His son, my father, carried on this valiant tradition, employing only local talent and insisting on focusing those issues that the community cared about.
The big media corporations were totally unable to seduce this man's grandfather, the founder of this studio. Even his son was unable to sell out to the big boys. It wasn't until this generation that finally this company was able to sell out to a group of invisible investors somewhere who didn't care about what happened to the little people, so long as they kept their profits coming in and their ratings up.
Is that true, Mr. Rehnquist?
Both my father and grandfather were men of strong moral principles and unwavering values. They were men of dignity.
So they were jerks, but only to the money-hungry investors, not to their employees. They cared about their employees, and they cared about maintaining an authentic viewership. But then something happened, as it often does when the goals of making money outweigh the goals of making meaningful relationships.
They believed in helping people.
Well, it comes down to why we do what we do, doesn't it? I mean, speaking for myself, I don't do this to get rich and famous. I do it because I love doing the work, and I particularly love doing the work with you, Garret. And as long as we have fun, I'm going to keep doing another show. I'm sorry, Mr. Rehnquist. We've really been disrespectful. I'm very sorry. We're going to do what we love to do, and you deserve to do the same. Come on, Garret, let's hoist our pants and get out of here.
Don't touch the trousers. Nobody move. This is my set, and nobody is going to compromise my principles on my set. Nobody is selling out in my studio. I stand with my father and my grandfather for dignity, the dignity of the real people. To tell you the truth, I've been sick over what's been going on in the media world today. There's nothing that would make me prouder than to stand up with my dad and granddad for the family vision. We have always shown great pride in our team. We are one community of authentic individuals, and we're not going to pretend we're anybody else. Not for any reason, not for any amount of money, or any damn corporate syndication deal. Come on, boys, get ready for the shoot. You're all rehired. And full pay for that little period of time that you were just recently unemployed. You're going to do this show just exactly as you'd planned it. The hell with corporate and their script. If they don't like it, they can sit on my thumb and do the twaddle. Ha ha! You see? You're not the only ones who have a sense of humor. Now, let's get to work.
What in the world are you doing?
I haven't seen this kind of courage and authenticity in years. I'm standing with the people, the real people, no pretense. If there's one thing the world needs more of, it's not popular entertainment. It's authenticity.
Wow.
You and me, boys, we're in this together now. If you go down for it, well, you're going to take me down with you.
Wow, this is very inspiring.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Rehnquist.
Yeah, we can't thank you enough. This is just really terrific.
I never thought we'd catch a glimpse of this.
Wow, can you believe what we're witnessing, Garret? I mean, look at these stunning undershorts. Where did you get those?
They're ravishing.
Actually, there's a great selection down at that new underwear shop. Briefly speaking, they're on sale, too. Now, these are called feather leathers. They look like leather, but they feel like feather.
I got to get a pair of those for casual Fridays.
There you go.
Hey, fellas, now that you're giving up prime time, what are you going to call this last episode?
Oh, that's a good question. How do we muscle some attention at 3 in the morning?
How about the Pantless Pantry? Conversations in briefs? Bald, pale, and trouser-free.
Beneath every great man.
How about the barely legal briefs? Or the twig and berry basket? How's that?
Underpants for overlords.
Excessive pantlessness. Where have all the trousers gone? Schindler's lingerie list. Pant-free TV. Brief beliefs.
How about the tackle box?
I didn't get that one.
Think about it, you will.
Okay, knock 'em dead, boys. You show 'em. They're not going to catch us with our pants down.
Quiet on the set. I'm getting a job in porn after this. They got a lot better standards. Tackle box. We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
She's laughing. That's good, we can hear her laughing in the studio.
What do you think this is, Riverdance?
It was nice not having a diary pack on.
Where are the ears? Do you have them?
Exactly. And that's why it's not about all this